Alrighty, what is going on, everybody? My name is Blitzwinger, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a brand new episode of LEGO Marvel's Avengers Customs. And today we're going to be going on ahead and creating two Mortal Kombat characters, which is something I really did not expect to be creating, but a lot of you guys asked for it, a lot of you guys demanded for it. You said, hey, please create Sub-Zero and Scorpion. Of course, the ninja characters, kind of, I would probably say the most famous. I would assume kind of Mortal Kombat characters. Maybe Raiden is up there as well, and then Liu Kang or Liu Kang. I don't know how you say that specifically, but I'm pretty sure that like Sub-Zero and Scorpion are the ones that most people kind of think of when they think of Mortal Kombat, and I feel like that's a pretty fair assessment. It's not like one of those things like, oh my gosh, how dare you say such a crazy thing, you know, like I don't feel like I'm saying anything controversial, but then again, maybe I'm wrong. So with that in mind though, of course guys, don't forget, if you guys enjoyed today's episode of Customs and you want to see it continue into the future, please don't forget to drop a like on the video, plus let me know in the comment section below which other characters you would like to see built in the future. Oh, and of course guys, do not forget, at the end of the episode, let me know which design was your favorite. So will it be Sub-Zero or will it be Scorpion? Which one will turn out to be the better of the two? So let's get to work, shall we? I think we're going to hop on into this creator this time, since we've been creating in the left-hand side for quite a while now. I think we should switch it up a little bit. All right, so okie dokie, let's start looking at things as far as what we can actually design. So we'll remove the hairpiece because we're not going to do a unmasked version. I just don't think we will be able to actually make it look decent. So because of that, since we're doing a fully masked version, we'll see how this whole thing goes. Hopefully it turns out all right, but I can't promise. I think we'll start with Scorpion because I think you'll be a little bit easier. Maybe I'm like being naive or something, but I feel like, I don't know why, I feel like Scorpion is going to be easier between the two. We'll see though, I guess. All right, so what about faces? What kind of faces do we have? So we want something that has pretty much the entire face covered up except for the eyes, which will be very, 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 very tricky. I think these eyes would work really, really well for that task, but now we need something where everything is covered up except for the eyes. Oh man, I don't think there is anything like that, which unfortunately is going to make things a lot trickier than I had anticipated. Of course, again, it would be absolutely incredible if we could take something like this, for example, even, right? And then change the color of that to, for example, be maybe like mostly yellow. It would look really probably pretty good, but unfortunately, we don't have that option. So oh man, oh man, oh man. This is one of those times where it becomes very, very difficult to get this to look right. And there is no ifs, whats, or buts about it. It's just very challenging because it's like, what can I possibly do? Like, it would be even awesome to use this face, but then if I could just recolor it to be yellow, it would be perfect. You know, if we could keep the mask to be black, like the kind of mouth guard type area, it would be very, very easy to actually get this to look right, but now it won't be that easy. Now it becomes a lot more challenging to get this to look even halfway decent. Now, the only things that are somewhat yellow, I mean, Scorpion is predominantly black and yellow, so those are kind of the main colors we're looking for. Maybe this will not look so bad. I honestly think this is probably the best option we have, to be quite frank, because I mean, it's got a little bit of gold in it, so it's kind of yellowish. I'm just also kind of taking a look right now as to what we're going to use for Sub-Zero, and I have no clue. I'm trying to think, I'm like, what could we possibly use for Sub-Zero? And there is nothing here that even remotely resembles Sub-Zero, so I have no idea how we're going to make this work, but we're going to certainly try. That much I can promise you guys. We're definitely going to try, and we're not going to quit until we get something that is up to our standards so far. So I think that this is probably actually a pretty good attire, to be honest, because it's got that yellow element. So in that regard, I actually like the way that that looks. If I could find something with a little bit of gauntlets, that could look cool. I mean, like, this one is all right, but I just feel like it'd be nice if we had actually, you know what? What if we changed the hands to be black, so kind of like black gloves? That looks a lot better now, honestly. That looks a heck of a lot better. Seriously. That is pretty good. Can we get something that is white? No, not white. Blah. I'm not even sure. Let's see. Maybe if we could use this. No, that does not really blend in together. I was hoping something maybe like yellow and black. Maybe that would mix well. Like most of the hips could be black, but then have a little bit of like yellow color on the actual like T-piece there. But it doesn't really look very good. So we might not be able to really use that. What about something like this, where it's got like a cool belt and everything? So that kind of works, right? And then for the legs, if we could find something that has a little bit, at least a tiny little bit of yellow on the black attire, that would look really sweet. Of course, we could go with something like really extreme like that, but I feel like that's a little too much yellow. Like, I don't feel like that actually looks good. So I don't really like that look. We could go with something like this, where it's just like mostly yellow. But again, don't really like the way that that looks. What about something like this, actually? This has got a little bit more gold, but I actually think that that looks pretty good. Like, seriously, I'm not even kidding. Like, I really, really do like the way that that looks. Now, as far as weapons go, he uses that, like, chain with, like, the spiky thing where he, like, spikes and then he goes, "Get over here!" You know, like, he does that thing. So, I'm not sure what would be more fitting for him to utilize. I mean, I do want the swords to be the weapon that we use for Sub-Zero, so I don't want them to have the same weapon, because I think that'd be kind of boring. So because of that, I'm sort of somewhat leaning towards giving him this giant sword, just so that he has like a weapon that is on par, or he could utilize against the one and only Sub-Zero. So I think that, honestly, I'm kind of surprised by how well that turned out. I wanted to use those eyes right away because I felt like it could work really, really well to be those kind of like menacing eyes. In fact, those are probably the ones that I'm going to end up using for Sub-Zero as well. But with Sub-Zero, the tricky part will be figuring out what kind of mask could we use, because for him, it's got to be something that is predominantly black and blue. So that makes things a lot trickier, because blue is not nearly as much available in as much of a variety, I should say, as the color yellow is in this game. So because of that, that makes things a lot more tricky for us as far as being able to get a decent look going. So we'll see how it turns out. I did forget to mention, of course, the code for the character, which for some reason... Oh, there it is. No, where's the... Is there no code for this character menu? Really? Huh, okay, I guess I completely forgot about that. For some reason, I had thought that there was a code that you could share for this as well, but I guess I was wrong. I apologize about that. Now I feel a little bit goofy about that. Sorry about that, guys. Alrighty-roo. Actually, ooh, could we use this? Oh, no, but that has the character A up top there. Ooh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait on a minute. I think I might have just come up with something. Wait on a minute, guys. Guys, did we... Okay, like, seriously, that is really imaginative right there. Like, we're starting to get pretty creative with our designs here. So, that's not bad. I just wish we could get the eyes to be like these ones so that it would look as cool as the, what are they called? The scorpion design? Oh, man, but that's not a bad idea. Like, using the blue like this... I'm kind of taking a look now just to see maybe I missed something that we could have utilized for, what's his face? Scorpion, but I don't really see anything here that's got like a little bit of a yellow element. So let me just quickly take a look at the helmets. Is there anything here that we could use? I don't think so. So there's nothing really that matches in color there. Anything over here? As far as blue goes, we have pretty much this, which obviously wouldn't look right just because it would look pretty strange. For the most part. Then we have this, which is just fully blue, of course. And again, it's way too bright of a blue, so we don't really want to use that either. And then this, which, again, does not really match what we're going for. So because of that, we're kind of stuck with what we can actually do. This one is a lot more challenging as far as how to execute this properly, because the limitations that we're presented with are far greater than what we dealt with before. So I'm kind of wondering, what will this face with the Captain America look like? So that's not bad. That's got the letter A, so I don't really feel like that's fitting, obviously, for Sub-Zero. those eyes work better, but the problem is we don't have any blue there, so that doesn't work. And then this has a tiny little bit of blue, but again, not really what we're going for. Let me quickly cycle through these just to see like what else could work. We want something that makes... Ooh. Wait, where did that come from? Ooh. You know what? That's actually not bad. Let me see. If we recolor this, like maybe even something like this. No, that's a little bit too crazy all over the place. What about this, actually? If we just did that. That's pretty cool right there. I like the way that that looks. I really, 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 really do. Now, I want to do the arm part first because I think it would be pretty easy to nail and get right. So what we'll do is we'll give him the blue colored arms, but then we'll give him the gloves there. Actually, the arms are like weird baby blue, which is not really what we want. We want kind of a darker shade of blue if it's available. Otherwise, we're gonna have to somewhat improvise here, because like I'd like this kind of blue, but it just does not probably look very good if we cover up all of the arms, because we want a little bit of the arm exposed. Typically speaking, whenever you look at a Sub-Zero or Scorpion outfit, their shoulders kind of and their bicep muscle is usually exposed. So I wouldn't, I don't know. I wouldn't mind maybe using this, but I just, you know what? Let me get rid of that weapon because I feel like that's really, really throwing me off right now. It just doesn't feel like Sub-Zero at all. Let me change the... Okay, you know what? We'll come back to the arms in a moment. Let's change everything else, figure that out, and then from there we'll be able to say like, okay, what do we change? What do we keep the same? So on and so forth. So let's take a look here at what is available to us as far as the color blue goes. And obviously it has to be predominantly black and blue. Those are kind of the main colors that we're going for. So let's see what is offered to us and what we could possibly use here. I'm thinking, at first, like the first thing that really caught my eye was this, but that's obviously not going to work. Is there anything else that's like really like, oh my gosh, we should try that out? I mean, there's all these Captain America outfits, which are cool, but again, they're not really the right shades that we need. So because of that, that doesn't really work. I'm going to start looking, maybe try to pay attention now to something that is maybe mostly black, but then has blue on it. So it's kind of going to throw that color element a little bit on its head, flip it around, see if that's something that we could look to. But right now, I'm genuinely not spawning anything. Maybe this? Could that look kind of cool? And if we made the arms maybe... I'm not even sure what we could do for the arms as far as colors and such. Maybe like a darker blue? Like that? No, I don't think that that works. What if we did like... I'm not sure. What if we like expose the arms like fully like that? That's not bad, I guess, right? I mean, it's weird, but honestly, I almost feel like that might be our only torso that we can go for. I mean, we have stuff like this, which is not bad, but again, I don't feel like it should be... Like, if we could change the color of those to be black, that would look really cool. Like, the lines, that would be, like, perfect. That would be the torso that we would use, but we can't do that. So because of that, we have a little bit more limitations that we're facing. And because of that, I have to... maybe this? But again, this is... yellow, a lot more yellow than what we see up here on this. So I really do think that that is probably our best option, honestly, out of the bunch that we have. So in order to balance that, I think what we need to do is probably on the legs try to present a lot of black more so than blue so that there's a bit more balance. But I also think this might look cool. That looks neat. I really like the way that that looks. What about this? Oh, man. This is really cool, actually. But I really like the way that these look, because it's got this really cool, like, knee pad feel. And then I feel like the hips are a little out of place, though. So we're going to need to change that up probably to a bluish color. Something like that. And then if we can give him the right sword, or his particular weapon in this case, which will be some cool katanas. And I think we're ready to rock and ready to roll with Mr. Sub-Zero. Now, I'm pretty sure that Sub-Zero is, like, two names, so to speak. It's not just like, I don't think it is, right? Is it one word? Okay, let's go with one word since it's his name. but I feel like it's Sub and then Zero, but I don't know. Okay, maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm right. I guess, don't worry. I'll find out. Somebody in the comments will be very kind and let me know. And I'm being sarcastic because there's probably, oh my gosh, I can't believe that you don't know that his name is actually all one word. It's actually 3 words. It's pronounced Zero. What am I doing? I'm like so paranoid that I'm not even like writing his name correctly at all. All right, so now it's time to summon our designs, ladies and gents. We will get to find out what they look like. That's what I'm most looking forward to. So let's go on ahead and head to space and find out what our designs actually look like in the game itself. We built them in that little creation suite. It's cool, but now it's about time that we actually take a look at what they look like in the game, because that will be a lot more accurate and a lot more of a fair representation of what those characters look like. So let's dive on into the Barton farm. We haven't been here in a while, in a long while, and see what we have here for our characters. Don't forget, by the way, guys, if you want to see more episodes of Customs, drop a like and let me know in the comment section below what other characters you want to see, because these 2 characters that we built today, Sub-Zero and Scorpion, were both characters that you guys asked for in the comment section below in the last episode. So again, I always look to the comments to see the inspiration for the next design. So with that in mind, here he is, Scorpion. I am actually genuinely proud about the way that he turned out. I think this character turned out fantastically well, like a really nice design. And then our second character that we built here today, I think was a little bit worse. If I had to vote, I'd probably, actually, you know what? He actually looks really awesome in this world. But I will say that for me personally, I would probably side with Scorpion as the better design for today. But I'd love to hear what you guys think. Which design do you think turned out better? Is it Scorpion or maybe it is Sub-Zero? Let me know in the comment section below. Look how cool he looks like that with a one sword like sheath like that. I think that's pretty sweet. So thanks all for watching, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. I hope to see you guys here for the next one. Peace out. See you later, alligators. Bye-bye, everyone.